Alrighty, here we are at the usual place where we figure out what the hunters do. Let's start off with the ice splits, the basic attack.
There she goes, and she slides forward a little bit too.
Nice movement. It kind of reminds me of Nam when I used to use her as my main breaker back in the day.
Yeah.
It's a good feeling. And let's check out the core attack. It's just fun. Pure fun. I mean, it's so enjoyable having a motorbike and a gun at the same time. It's every fantasy. And then it shoots magic bullets of ice.
Absolutely. She's very action movie in her. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, can you take it back and let's learn more about some of her skills?
Let's do it. So, SEORIN's skill 1 is called Frozen Spin. She uses her motorbike to swiftly spin around a specific spot, inflicting a % of her maximum HP as damage, dealing water elemental damage, and a little bit of break damage. When the skill hits, it inflicts the airborne effect. She also gains super armor while using this skill. And if she's hit mid-rotation while using this skill, it activates extreme evasion. So a little bonus extreme evasion there. We love that. Skill 2 is Polar Surge. SEORIN ascends vertically, unleashing high-speed ice bullets at the ground, then lands her bike where the bullets hit, kind of a ground pound situation there, inflicting a % of her maximum HP as damage. This also deals water elemental damage, a little bit of break damage, inflicts the airborne effect when it hits, and gives her super armor while she is using the skill. All right, how about we move on over to that ultimate? Her ultimate is called Frost Chaser. After SEORIN launches a full barrage of ice missiles and simultaneously dashes forward at high speed, she fires behind herself, triggering a massive icy shockwave. This inflicts a % of her max HP as damage, which is water elemental damage, and when it hits, it also inflicts the airborne effect. All right, Prism, you ready to show us those skills in the game?
Of course. Okay, so the first one is you got to hold down the skill, and it's kind of revving up the engine. It's thematic, but it also is very satisfying to hit as well. So you got to see the dial, get the speed up.
Yeah,
That's
I love that little heads-up display.
All right, and the second skill here, like you said, a little bit of a ground pound, jumping up into the air and smashing down with
Nice.
a lot of ice. Cool, and then her ultimate skill, I think it speaks for itself.
Ooh.
Just the facial expression on SEORIN right there is just like stone cold, ice
Cold as
cold.
ice. Absolutely.
Cooler than being cool.
Cold as ice.
Okay, so let's see here. So I want to show you guys off something real quick. So like we said earlier, if you dodge with that one while you're doing it, you get that extreme evasion as well.
Nice.
So that's something you can do there, and then let's just break it there. And then also, once you break, you start doing some more damage, so that's pretty cool as well.
I also love that little ice shard effect that appears in the corner of your screen.
All right, let's see. So let's see how much break the ultimate does as well. So that does have break as well for you guys. See the basic attack some more. Get the core attack in here. Get little rockets. And then boom.
Nice.
So yeah, what you'll see is doing the most damage is the little rockets that she flies out from her.
Yeah, those ice missiles that are fired simultaneously with some of her other attacks.
Yeah.
Those are also ready to pack a wall
Do a
up.
lot of damage. All
Nice
right.
work.
Thank you. So it's nice and easy to showcase. Oh, the victory pose too.
Absolutely stone cold.
All right, let's move on to the passive and advancement details. Take it away, Jackie.
Let's do it. All right, so SEORIN's passive is that when she or an ally successfully puts the enemy in the break state, it increases the duration of the break by several seconds. When she uses Frozen Spin, Polar Surge, Ice Shard Magnum, or Frozen Drift, it activates the Pinpoint Missiles effect. And when those abilities are used, she launches several missiles, those missiles we were talking about before, dealing water elemental damage and inflicting the Sub-Zero effect on hit. The Sub-Zero effect increases the target's water damage taken by a %, and that is stackable. So the more missiles hit, the more damage they're going to take. At the first advancement, Frozen Drift fires additional missiles. When the user enters the stage, the Overtake effect is activated, which increases break effectiveness by a %, decreases damage dealt by a %, and when limited break is active, it removes the Overtake effect, and in the Workshop of Brilliant Light, the duration of this effect is increased. When SEORIN or an ally successfully puts the enemy in the break state, it activates the limited break effect. And when this effect activates, it resets the cooldown of all of her skills. It also decreases break effectiveness by 1%, increases damage dealt by 1%, increases missile damage by 1%, and increases critical hit damage by 1%.
Yeah, so basically, if you need a break, she's gonna have increased break potential. And then once you no longer need a break, that break potential is gonna be shifted over to some damage. So very flexible, very cool.
Yeah, her sort of passive here is going to follow the flow of battle naturally. At the second advancement, the number of missiles fired by Ice Shard Magnum or Frozen Drift, both of those skills, increases. At the third advancement, when she enters the stage, it activates the Black Tea effect on the entire team. Black Tea, ? Increases her defense and maximum HP by 1%, restores a % of her MP over time, and that can last indefinitely. At the fourth advancement, water team members' water damage increases by 1% for every water team member in the active formation. So she synergizes really well with other water hunters. And then at the fifth advancement, the missile critical hit rate and critical hit damage both increase by 1%, and the sub-zero and limited break effects are also enhanced. All right, System, do you want to tell us about SEORIN's unique weapon?
It would be my honor. I also want some black tea now.
Yeah, no kidding.
Alrighty, jumping right into it. Melody of Iron and Blood sounds very deep and poetic there. Her sympathy of violence will only come to a close when the concealed truth has come to light. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun, indeed.
This increases a user's HP by a percentage. It increases missile damage by a percentage as well.
Alrighty, thank you guys both. Ahead and check her out. This is the team I have assembled for now. Might not be the best, for everything, but it might also be the best thing. Who knows? Time will tell. You guys are so good at figuring things out, so that's not my job.
But we did want to ask the chat if they wanted to...
That's right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jackie. We're going to back out real quick because this is very important. Can we put it in the chat? This is...
We have a little poll for you.
And Darkness, which is her base outfit, or do we want to use Echoes over here? We can see the 3D as well. Which one will win? This is the...
There's 3 different chromas for that alternate costume and 1 alternate chroma for the main costume.
Let's see here. There's the poll. The poll just got up. Light and Darkness or Echoes. Be sure to vote right now. I think this will tell us a lot about the community, which one wins.
It was at 26 votes, and then it went back down to 0. It was I can't imagine. They can't be inputting answers this fast. We're already up to 203 votes.
So Light and Darkness is the base. We can see the chroma as well. I like the blue on this one. It's fun. And then Echoes is the second one, as you can see here.
The blue definitely matches her her water element and ice aesthetic.
Gives her the kind of brown hair as well.
Yeah, I was saying that Light and Darkness is thematically matching to her sort of backstory, but it is kind of funny because she is a water element hunter and does not have light or darkness element attacks.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think this is a good time probably to call it for the poll with about. Oh, it's still going up.
It's still changing. Oh.
Okay, I think it's safe. It's a super majority right now with around 362 votes, with about 67% of the votes is Echoes. So we will be using the alternate skin. And I learned something about our chat today.
Just over 2/3 that whole skin. And then there was a strong 33% that was no, I like the base costume.
Yeah.
You and me both, 33%. I like her base costume.
Yeah, I mean both are good, right? Both are good. I mean the artists do a great job.
Yeah. We have a really phenomenal team working on the visual assets in this game. We're always impressed by them.
Zav said, please go back to the art. You need to see it. Okay, we'll go back. There you go. In all its glory. You can screenshot it to make it last longer. Now let's get into the gameplay, which is everyone's here for, right?
Let's go.
Oh my gosh. Alrighty.
This is a fun fact, is that we sometimes have temporary names for stuff in the game when quality assurance testing is going on. And the temporary name for the Echo's costume was the boyfriend shirt.
The boyfriend shirt?
The boyfriend shirt
That's
costume.
amazing.
We were like, what could that mean? Ah, I see.
That does make sense, actually. And also letting everyone know, getting that, disclaimer in here, I have not practiced this much because, it's not in any of those modes that you see as much, but
It's also almost like you've been real busy.
yeah, that too. But no excuses, right? Only reasons.
Yeah. Step your game up. Level up.
Always. So now that we no longer need break, you can see that she actually will start doing more damage as well instead of getting that break. Because you saw that break bar just disappeared up there as well. Let's see. Yeah, I think I only fought this guy like twice during my, just very briefly when I did the hard mode, and then, oh, that was close. And then the reverse regular story mode, which lasts like 2 seconds, so you don't really get to fight it as much because you just destroy it if you've been playing for a while. Get the extreme evasion with the ability here, and let's get the ult off to get that extra break on the evil eye.
Ooh.
So wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna dodge that.
Yeah, I would dodge that if I were you.
What, just a big purple portal gate wall?
No, just walk right into that.
It
I'm
sounds
sure
like
that'll
an
go well for
adventure,
you.
doesn't it? It doesn't? Okay. Yeah, that I probably should not be touching. Like, I'm almost dead. Yeah,
Oh no!
it's all right. As long as we get the ult in here, I think we'll be fine. I've been practicing some other content, so which you guys will be able to see a little bit later this week, hopefully. Get the break in here. Let's finish it off with SEORIN as well. So not too bad. Not the cleanest fight ever, but it's here. It's a Monday, I don't have my usual Wednesday practice.
You got that magic Wednesday energy. Can't play on a Monday, just can't do it.
And there you have the victory animation. I think they did such a good job with her facial expression too. Like, I don't know what she's feeling. What is she saying?
She's so stoic.
So
Yeah.
mysterious.
So mysterious.
All
All
right.
right, folks. Now we've got a trivia question for you. And this trivia question should be pretty easy because we interact with SEORIN